Yellow. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Working. Okay. So all I wanted to do was have some music, but I'm gonna have to deal with. Oh, nice. Okay. So happy Saturday. Let me shut the door so there's not all that outside garbage. Come on, baby. Let's go. You're outside forever. Come on. Good girl. Stay light. Later. Okay. So I do enjoy doing my art. However, it's just a ton of work and it's huge. So I've gone opposite and I've gone tiny. So I'm doing models. I'm starting with this F6, I'm sorry, F14, the Tomcat. My grandfather on my mother's side helped design this. Um, Kind of cool. I never really got to talk to him about it, but yeah, really interesting. So I'm gonna build this one. It's not the exact model because this is kind of like an older. It's the F14D Super Tomcat. Um, so it's a later model, but I'm gonna next one I'm gonna do is the B-17 because my other grandfather was co-pilot on one and went down. So that will be my next one, and then the grandfather that worked on this also worked on the LEM, the lunar lander. So that's kind of cool, and I'll probably do that as well. Kind of homage to my forefathers. Anywho, I it's this is not something that I ever thought I'd be able to do because I just never had the patience to do it. So I'm doing it now. Um, Not only the patience, just the skill, because this you've got to have some skills to be able to do this. And me working on the sheaths and the knives really has honed my skills on doing, especially detail work because we're working with like thousandths of an inch, and I gotta make the blade edge. I gotta grind down to that and make it. Yeah, I mean, we're talking tiny. So anyway, so I have a lot better skills now to be able to do this. Painting is that's an issue right now. I've been using Grok a lot, and he's really awesome with palettes, like colors, to help me get the colors I want, or get me close anyway. Because it's really cool. I just took a picture of my little set. This thing, I bought it off of Amazon. It's like an American model making. It's called Colors for Models and Miniatures. Oh, Vallejo, and it's I think there's like an American something or other, but Basic Colors USA. There we go. So I took a picture of that, put it in Grok, and I go, hey, with this, how do I get these colors? And it just says boom, 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 and it'll give you like a ratio, like 5 to 1, and it's just perfect for me. I mean, they might not be the exact colors that I need, but it's close, and I'm good with that right now. Oh, hold on, I gotta fill this with a little bit of water, in case I do some painting. Uh, yeah, so it's kind of fun. Now I have really shoddy internet. I mean, it's good, but sometimes it goes out. I haven't done live with the new setup yet, so hopefully everything's copacetic. Okay, I'll try to pay attention to the dog while I get the water bowl in the other room. So with these headphones, I can't hear a damn thing. So, FIM on this. Um, Also try to talk about my mushroom experience. It's really hard to put that in chronological order in any shape or form because it was just a lot going on, and so I'm trying to find these. A lot going on, and it was intense. So I'll try to do my best to try to talk about at least some of the big lessons I was shown or told or taught or whatever the hell went on. Something's up with that stuff. It's not just. I think it's a doorway somewhere. Um, Really, it was. I mean, terrifying at times. Not terrifying, but just intense. Like the intensity of the waves with that much. I mean, I've done a little bit before, but it never came close to 5 grams at all. Um, just powerful, and um, I shouldn't have had my dogs with me, but I did, and it was an experience to say the least. I'm sure for them it was good times. All they wanted to do was get out of that room and go outside, but I was terrified to do that. So it took me a while to, but finally after I mean a few hours, I was able to at least get out of the room. I could only handle the room for a little bit, and then I could handle my house. I couldn't go outside for a long time. I don't think I did. I mean, I had to let the dogs out, and that was several hours in. And I mean, I should have gone to bed like way earlier, but I couldn't find my phone, so that was funny. Um, I was desperately looking for it, so I wanted to at least just text my mother and say I'm sorry for my depression, um, and just thank her for just being there. Anyway, couldn't find it, but in the morning I did, and it was in the damn dishwasher. I didn't wash it. It just fell in there because I was kind of over in that area and it was kind of propped open, so I just dropped it in there and just never realized it. Um, but I tried. What I did was I didn't want to go to bed with at least somebody knowing. Like I had my phone off. I had it in airplane mode. That was another thing. I couldn't call it. I couldn't do anything. Um, so I just emailed my mom and I emailed my son just saying, "Hey, I'm okay. I lost my phone." And then I didn't want to do anything. I wanted to do that first before going to bed, but I was so tired. I think I took those around noon, and I probably went to bed around like 7. But we were like the dogs and I were just kind of lounging for hours after that. After the intensity was over, I was able to chill, and it was just pure beauty after that, which was I needed that. Um, some of the biggest lessons I learned was not. Yeah, I won't even try to explain the visuals because you just one they're different for everybody and they're different every time. So I heard. I've only done it once, but that's what I've heard. So I'll try not to, because it could be just the direction I'm looking that will change, what I'm seeing. So it's not that it's not real, but it's not the point. So I guess it's a veneer. It's just it's an illusion. But sometimes you see some stuff that's important. I'm not saying it's not, but I was definitely shown things that made me understand what the lessons were. Lola might start getting frisky. She's starting to lick Nova. Hi, baby. We had a long talk. What was I saying? Oh, the visuals. They were intense. Again, not the point though. So my biggest lesson was rigidity and just being less rigid about things. Um, I've always been focused on the details of everything. Like that's probably where all my anger comes from because I'm so focused on. I'm too focused and I don't see the picture, a big picture. Like you can't see the forest for the trees, and that's I'm so fucking like right here that I can't see anything going on. And I learned that's not my job. Like my job is just to see things for what they are. Um, that was one of my lessons. There was I will talk about one visual I had because I think it's kind of important. I don't know the significance yet because I think it's one of two things where it's either the visual was like it was a bunch of fractals in this shape and they were kind of going in like this direction, like up, like a kind of conveyor, and there was other fractals over here, kind of flat, and this one little piece. There were several of them. I mean, we're talking about hundreds of fractals within this little piece. One piece would just kind of pop out and go over here, and then all the other ones would try to, just get them back right there. So that kept happening. Like it was going up, and he kept popping out, and then they would put them back in. And it's only happened to one because there'd be another one below it, and nothing was happening. Just this one particular, um, it just kept getting out of line, and that's either me like trying to push my way away from everybody, and them trying to pull me back into non-depression, or that's me getting out of line and I just need to like do my job. Like they're like, do your job. Like stop fucking around with all this fuckery. Just put your head down and do your job. So I don't know what that meant exactly yet, but that was an interesting visual because that kind of did like that meant something. Um, I did have some insane thoughts like you have a head full of mushrooms, so you know the meaning of life. Like you're certain. You're like, I can write a book right now, and everyone would buy it. But you realize later that that's just your mushrooms. I mean, there are some really good thoughts in there, but also you have to kind of figure out the fuckery. Um, but I knew the meaning of life. I knew what was up, but nobody knows. I mean, some people are more enlightened. Like then, that's kind of where I'm heading right now. Is kind of to a more enlightened, trying to stay enlightened because you are fully enlightened at the end of that. And I don't mean like better than everybody. I just mean enlightenment for what I'm learning is all it really is being able to be as present as possible, like as in the moment as you can, without any distraction or anything. Because if you can, it's hard, and that's where a lot of my anxiety and bullshit come from. Is from this book I'm reading. Thanks, Sam, by the way. She suggested this book, but I perpetually was either living in the past or the future, which just gave me either anxiety or depression, really, because I just dwelled in the past and lived on either all the mistakes that I made or all the shit that's happened to me, and you just dwell there and you're not present because you're living there. Or I am in the future and just have so much anxiety about it for whatever the hell reason. Not that I can control it, but I just fear. I guess I just fear everything in the future, or I did, and that's anxiety. Like, I mean, I'm putting myself in spaces that give me the anxiety for the future, but I'm working on that, and I'm getting a lot better. But where the fuck was I going with that? Oh, living in the future. So I'm trying to live in the present as much as possible. Like I'm trying to like drives for me, especially home from work, have been a huge issue for me. I couldn't go one day without using this at least once in the freeway. So I haven't done that in a week, which is fucking dope. Um, I've had to breathe through situations that normally I'd freak out, but that worked. And what I would do is I'd feel exactly what my body was feeling right at that moment, and I could tell how tense I was, and I could feel the vibration, and I would just calm it, and I would just breathe through, or just think about like you're here right now. This is where you're at. Be present with it. Don't worry about like I was just rushing to get home. Like I'm always in a rush, fucking everywhere. Um, and that was me just trying to get home, and I'm gonna get there, uh, but I just need to live in the present. And anyway, I would stop that anger basically, and just pretend on my drives as much as I can that there's nobody in these cars. They're just things that are also going the direction I'm going, and don't freak out about it. So I'm getting better at that. Which I mean, I for me not to use flip somebody off once in a week on the highway is a goddamn miracle. So mushrooms, okay, good stuff. Eventually I'll get to this model. I just have a lot to say, I guess. Um, Another lesson was I forgot to have fun. I forgot. I got too busy living, and I forgot to have fun. and I was in a rush to fucking die, I guess. I don't know where I was going or why I wanted to get there so fast, but I just needed to get everywhere so fast. Um, and I forgot to have fun, for real fun, not like, drinking or whatever. I forgot to just, forgot how to have fun. Um, there was a point where when I finally was not terrified to come out of the bedroom, that I went into my kitchen and I saw like all the pictures of me and my kids, and that was pretty powerful for me at the time because not only did I see my kids for what they were and not, my whatever my veneer of them are, I just saw them happy or just having a good time, with me in that moment. They were in the moment with me. I my I could see like my older self in the pictures. Like, I know that sounds weird, but I could look through whatever was covering that dude, and I could see through him and into his soul, and like how I was like when I was 18, and still kind of happy, still just already dealing with things at that point, but I was still kind of naive and happy, and I mean, I wouldn't hadn't been crushed over and over again. But there's anyway, there was also one picture of me and my daughter that was bananas to look at because it's kind of tore up because it's just on terrible paper. I mean, like some of those old printers were just bad, and it just in my kitchen, and it hasn't held up very well. But it's I can still see her, still a good picture. But like her hair was like her curls on her hair were like it was like golden, like her hair was golden, and she looked beautiful. I mean, she does anyway, but just particularly just looking at this picture, and then like I was happy, like I could see my face, and there's pictures of my son, and I was very content at that moment, just looking at all of that. And I think I used to look at him and just have a bunch of guilt or, you know, whatever. But that that was pretty powerful. Um, at the end, after the nightmare, and I mean, there's a lot in there that I'm just not even gonna get into about me just trying to think that I'd be a good idea to let the dogs out while I was in the midst of this mushroom trip, but it didn't happen because I quickly scurried back into the room. But look, do I suggest 5 gram? Oh wait, let me talk about that first. So after that, I came out and chilled. I sat on the couch. I had my green hoodie on, my comfy green hoodie, and it's like emerald green, so it was just a perfect color. And I'm chilling on the couch. The dogs are outside, and I had that after LSD or after psychedelic glow on everything, where everything was just kind of radiating this like rainbow of colors. It's impossible to explain, but like the edges of everything had this kind of rainbow glow. Best I can describe it, like a rotating colors. And my dogs were out there chilling in the sun, and it was just radiating these colors off of them, and it was just beautiful. And I was in probably the most enlightened I'd ever been. I was never been more present, more in the moment, more enlightened. That's the definition of enlightenment. It's just being as present as possible. And the more that you can do that, the more enlightened you will be. And I'm not talking like better than anybody. I'm just saying you're just good. Nothing can fuck you with you. Like if you can do that, nothing can fuck with you. It's not always easy. It's very difficult sometimes. I meditated every day last week and twice in the morning. So 2 times on some days, and I do it 20 minutes at night. I do smoke a little weed, but I'm not doing that as I was using. I'm using it better. Um, I'm meditating on it instead of just smoking it for no reason. So I come home and I'll smoke and I'll sit and meditate, and me and the dogs just kind of either I'll just kind of give them massages because I don't really want to walk them at night or after work because I'm freaking beat and I need to go to bed like at 7. I may start doing it in the morning if I can get my lazy ass up. before 3:30. That would be dope. If I can get up at 3, I could walk them. But it's hard walking both of them. It really is. Anyway, doesn't matter. Um, so I've been meditating a lot, which is good. I did yesterday. I'll probably do it later today. I'm exhausted because I just beat the So here's another thing. I realize I've got a bug issue. I had a bug issue. I think I fixed it. I attacked that kitchen. Like I was just I realized too. I was sitting there in my kitchen. I'm just like it's come down to me living with the bugs at this point. That's where I let it get to. And I think that was my rock bottom probably. Like me realizing like I've just let myself I just didn't give a shit. I really didn't give a shit about anything. I didn't care. I didn't have anybody over, and that was probably one reason. It was just fucking living in filth. I mean, they're not like a hoarder. It wasn't terrible. I've seen a lot worse. But my dog is bananas because her owner's part bananas. So like me calming down is calming her down. She's still got a lot to work, but anyway, she's just the craziest dog I've ever had. I don't know what happened to her before me, but I've not really been helping. But she peed on everything and shit everywhere, puked everywhere. Like she literally eats everything. I don't. She's a crazy ass dog. Um. Anyway, so I got rid of the carpet in that room. Just freaking the day after the mushrooms, I went in there with the freaking my knife and I just tore out that fucking carpet. And that just oh, it just cleared me. So I was just so upset about that room because she just fucked it so hard, like so bad. Like you can't clean set. Like it was so bad. It was so bad. And I would just keep getting the carpet cleaners. And I should have just bit the bullet and bought one, but of course I kept renting one like an idiot. I had two of those would have paid for it. But anyway, so once I did that, that helped a lot. And then I'm like, I need to clean that kitchen because I do have a bug problem. I've had the bug people here. I think they were. I didn't realize how many were actually in my garbage can. Like, I guess there's little crevices in there, but I fixed that. I cleaned every inch of the kitchen, hence except for the top of the fridge, but the inside I fucked that thing up. Like I took everything out, put it in ice chest. Like I went to town yesterday on that. I fucked that room up. Then that, like one of my drawers is broke though. Like I tried to fix it, but there's no purchase. There's no wood. Like I don't know what happened. That's just water damage. Something. I mean, it could be me. I got to fix that. But I tried yesterday. It did not work very well. But it was funny. I tried. Like one side works, but the other side there's nothing to grab. Oh yeah, damn it! I was supposed to put that on my list. I was supposed to get wood glue. It's okay. I'll get it next time. Um. So yeah, light enlightenment. Then I'm reading that book, The Power of Now. That doctor sounds like a little Arnold Schwarzenegger with his little German accent, which is adorable. And he talks so calmly. Um, so yeah, that was great. That was a great. I mean, I'll go back to that. Do I suggest this for everybody? That's a hard question. That's a hard question. I don't know if everybody can handle it, to be honest. Or maybe they can. Maybe it'll only show you what you can handle. I'd been through so much and I'd done a lot of stuff anyway, so nothing near that amount. And the ketamine was a fucking field day. It was like a day off, like a field trip. Because you're literally just a curious observer. Like you're not involved. It's a spectator sport, not mushroom. That is definitely not a spectator sport. Almost. Um, However, do I wish every person on the planet could feel how I feel directly after that? 100% yes. I wish every human being could feel that. I think two things. If more people did high dose of mushrooms, not just for parties, but to really get in there, if more people did that, and if you put in as required curriculum in high school this book, there's nothing terrible in the book. There's some ideas that are radical, however, not in the sense you think. They just will kind of attack your knowledge of the universe and how it works. He puts it in great perspective, and then he also has great arguments for it. That was the cool thing is the book is kind of like almost like you're sitting in on many like sessions with his patients, or because he's a psychologist, I think. I don't know, he writes a lot of books, but it's as if you're sitting in, and I mean, he doesn't give the people's names or anything, but they'll have other people talking, like asking questions, and he'll answer it, and they'll fight. He puts all of the devil advocates out, or devil's advocate stuff. Like he'll fight his own thing through questions, and he'll be like, "Look, this is why," and you're like, still like, "You're insane. That's crazy talk," but you also believe him. You're like, it does make sense. However, you know, that thing I posted with Terrence McKenna, where he's like, the problem with LSD is it deletes social programming, and that's huge too. Like again, that's why I think everyone should do it because we're just not doing it right. We're not whatever we're doing. We're not doing it right. Some folks are doing it right. They're trying. Like I'm trying to get there, but more people need to do it. I think more people need to do mushrooms. I think it should be forced. However, I think it should be if you want to work in Congress. I think if you want to work in Congress, you should have to do a heroic dose of mushrooms because I need you to see your demons and to see what you're doing and make sure you know what you're doing because that's what it does. It just shows you what you're doing. It shows you the hard truths. And the problem with doing it in the dark is even if your eyes are open and it's showing you something you don't want to see, you can't get away from it because if you close your eyes, it's still there. So prepare yourself for that. You have to prepare yourself for this. I wasn't prepared. I thought I was. I should have done more research. I mean, I, I thought I knew. I thought I knew it all. Like, not all, but I was so afraid to do it. Again, even after I had attempted it once and it failed. And I don't know why I didn't do it right away again, but I think I was afraid. But now that I've done it, I was even afraid after to do it again. Um, but now I will. Not, it's going to be a couple of weeks, but it's going to be a few weeks, but I'm definitely going to do it again, especially if I feel myself getting back into a rut or whatever. But I'm hyper focused on my well being. I mean, I'm not perfect, and I won't be, and that's okay. It's okay. It's okay. I just started. Okay. Um, but I'm definitely a lot better. No, you've been out all day, and we went for a long walk. Go lay down. Just thinking about it. Go lay down, Lila. Please hold. Go lay down. It's your other name, Tom Brady and Austin Powers. And these aren't good nicknames. I'm not calling you Tom Brady because you're awesome. Because you're the goat. You eat everything. She does. Like, I can't tell you how many damn trips to the vet. You don't have to go in there. Go in your room. Go in your room. It's open. I think. Yeah, I can see light coming through there. Go in the couch. You got your own couch, and I gave them that whole room now. They can do whatever the fuck they want there. Do not care. You can bring all the dogs in the neighborhood and have an orgy. I don't care. Have a freaking Diddy party in there. See if I care. Nova's just out. You're so cute. Uh, she's dumb as rocks, and she has a listening problem. Like she doesn't sing her on a walk. It's so funny. She will not like she'll just say, I'm peeing here, even if I tell her no. Because she has many spots that we're able to pee and she's supposed to pee like random people's houses. And I tell her no, and she just, yeah, this is what I'm doing right now. I have to like yank her. But anyway, she's good other than that. She's way better. Lola's trying to get food, I think, now. In the kitchen. I'm putting her in her room. Come on, let's go. In there. Okay. Take them both for a walk every morning on the weekend. And that was only a couple hours ago. She's probably going to be scratching on the door. Put this on. Oh, where? Oh, wow. I like hearing my voice. Bye. Um. Anyway, again, I think more people should do this. Yeah. Get over your fears. Get over all the crap in your head, all the bull crap they told us. My generation, generations before that, about reefer madness, and it's all bull crap. Like the war on drugs, and what do they call it? The something psychedelic act or whatever. They got rid of all the psychedelics. That's just the government being afraid of the power of this stuff because it will open your mind, and again, it will get rid of that social programming. Be it through nurture, through your upbringing, or just where you grew up, like all whatever it is. All your rigidness too, like all that, like it evaporates. It just goes away. And it's nice to be able to feel that too, like when I was doing that ketamine, it was like 2 weeks of sessions, and just the peace was nice. That was artificial, and this, I mean, it is saying it's artificial because you did have an experience, but that's like a sedative, so it's not exactly natural. Not that I thought that stuff was great, and I think more people should do that, especially if you're on the edge, to give you that break, that reprieve, and that um, hope. That's huge. So yeah, I'm really a big fan of it. I don't think you should do it at home unless you've already done it, through infusion, because it's not the same. And you don't have the doctors there. You know what I mean? Like you feel safe. You need to be in. You just need to do it right. Whatever, do whatever you want. But that experience is nothing like this stuff. So more people should do it though, especially if you're on the edge. It gives you a break. Gives you a break from yourself. And some people just need. That's all they need. There's that saying that suicidal people, they don't want to end their life. They just want to end their life as it is right now. So if you can just give them that break, legalize that shit. I mean, it's legal it's been used forever for anesthetic, but not for this use. So that's why it's so ripping expensive. Good lord, it's 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 almost criminally expensive, and not for the people who are doing it because they got there's nothing to do. You can't use insurance or anything, so they have to charge this. But anyway, I haven't done any of this model. I've just been blabbing away, but I needed to get this out, I guess. A bunch of other stuff went on, but it's hard to put it in chronological order or even put any sense to some of it. I'm gonna try harder next time to calm myself better because again, I was very restless. I wasn't violent or anything, but just restless, restless. So, I was in this room before I tore it apart, and I just sprayed a bunch of Febreze and went through it. And but I had a bed down there with sheets and blankets and as comfortable as possible and as dark as possible. Um, yeah, that was insane. But again, once you come through that, and there's it's probably a mix between you coming through that and going through such an intense moment or intense experience, and then not being in it. And it's like kind of like a near death experience, I suppose, where you're grateful to be through it. You're grateful you went through it, but you're also grateful to be through it and just to be able to just sit and enjoy the moment. Really, that's it. That's what it's about, and that's what the power of now. It's just to be able to enjoy the moment and to be able to enjoy yourself and just to be able to sit with you and not thinking about the past or the present, or I'm sorry, the past or the future, but the moment. That's what it's about. Especially on my walks, I try to just I mean, I'm hyper focused around me, like for danger, because that's just me. And so, but I'm able to still be aware of things so I we don't get injured, but also to just either enjoy the moment, like kind of watching the dog, like just commenting on what she looks like, or just feeling the breeze, or the sun. And that's kind of the best way to do it. Like, especially when I was meditating, I found for a real good, here's a little trick. I have the fan on as high as possible when I'm doing it because I want to feel that breeze on my skin so that when I do go away and my head is, or I'm trying to get a thought, I kind of started doing it as a mantra. It's like I feel the breeze on my skin, and that puts me back in the present because I'm trying what I am feeling the breeze on my skin. So or the breeze from the fan, what you call it, right? Yeah. So that puts me back to where I need to be, and then I just focus on that, and then I'm in the moment. You have no choice but to be in the moment. Like you're feeling that, and not letting your mind go anywhere else. So that's a good way to try to keep your mind. If you don't have a ceiling fan, you just have like a little fan, just stick that shit in front of you, or like even like a little anything to put a breeze on you. Like another one was they used it during ketamine. Um, it's like a vibrating wrist thing, and I think it was to help try to keep you into reality. I really don't know what that was for. I know that they did track you on certain things, but the vibrating was for a reason. But I guess that would be another thing if you had some sort of vibrating wrist thing to just focus on that if you try to stray or you start to stray. So I mean it's meditating is not about just being able to close your eyes for 15 minutes. It's being able to not think about anything. It's and not just think about it. It's just no mind, like that part from Last Samurai. I'm at the fucking watch that movie now, with different eyes. But the samurai knew that what's up, and so did the Native Americans. We fucked all that up. That's a whole hippie fucking rant I can go on. But shit, fucking lost what I was talking about. It happens. Um, I've just been blabbing. That was a good one too. Anyway, just be better. Try to be better to each other, and I'm not talking about allowing insanity. And so there are still rules. You got to follow laws of physics, laws of nature. I mean, I'm sure there's laws of physics that can be broken, but there's certain laws of nature can't be. So you can't just say something and make it happen. Um, let's start there. Let's just make sure we know what a man is and a woman is before we can go anywhere else. We need to United. I saw that. What was it? It's on Utah's. Not that I saw United, and I just put in my head, United we stand, divided we fall, and I don't think we've ever been more divided, and I don't think we've ever been so close to falling. And I think we need to figure out how to unite again, and maybe mushrooms is the fucking it. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe more if these kids took some mushrooms on high doses, they would instead of just going to raves on it, they would have less depression and not want to go fucking protest so much, or do it for the right reasons. Because I don't think that's self-governed. Here's the problem: is there's just pieces of shit everywhere, and if you're not on mushrooms, there's always just going to be pieces of shit. And I believe in my head that politician class, whatever those people are disgusting, and they just want to rule people and they just want to govern people, and it's fucking gross. And these people are just trolls, all of them. Some of them are cool. Like there are some people really trying to do good. I know it doesn't sound like, but there are some people, few and far between. A very small percentage of people aren't there just to because they want to control. And it's like we built this country to quote unquote self govern, and we haven't self governed in forever because we're run by whatever the fuck is going on. Not run, but you know what I mean. I hate to get all crazy, but it's the fucking truth. Fought that fucking war how many hundred years ago to get away from this shit, and that is the evil. That whatever that is, it just keeps appearing. These fuckers just agree. They just always want more fucking. We got to get rid of whatever that is in our society. Whatever that is needs to get out. That's the point. That's the problem. So, however, as non-violently as possible, or non-violently totally. But again, if everyone just ate a bunch of mushrooms, I think we'd be good. Better anyway. Some people will lose it. Even just weed, some people can't smoke. And I do need to get off of that as fast as possible. But right now, I am using it for good or for better. So I'll try to keep that habit. Still haven't had drink in a while. Started up again. It got bad again. Um, yeah, at least a month and a half, maybe two. I don't know. Whenever that show was, that art show thing, I think it was like the 6th of March. So maybe that was the weekend. Anyway, it was the 9th. But I guess I'll start doing this, but I'm going to cut this short because it's already almost a damn hour. Yeah. Or should I just keep going and just do the model? What I was here, what I was here for? Where am I? I could do a little painting. Painting. I can connect that to that. I might need to reglue some of this after I get the tape off. Make sure it's together. Together. This was hard to do. Like, I don't even want to mess with these wings too much because it's not like they have great working parts. It's not supposed to be functional. So the fact that it even moves at all is a goddamn miracle, and I'm just gonna let that be. And then I gotta get this all stuff all together, but I gotta get these painted. So maybe I'll do that right now. I can show you how to use Grok. It's kind of cool. Okay. Kind of sad that I can't have music, but it is what it is. I guess you can't either, huh? Eventually, this is gonna go in here though. Boom! Look at that. That shape is so iconic. I have a profile of it like that. My mother has, or my mom's got it. It's an award that my grandfather got for helping. I've always remember seeing that thing. I didn't know what it was for the longest time. Really, I mean, maybe somebody told me and I didn't really understand. I've been using covers of Tupperware as my paint stuff. Totally professional. I was using cardboard, but it would dry so fast it would just suck up the moisture, and that's what I got for now. It's doing the job. I'm sure it's not great, but first one, don't give a shit. Just want to not necessarily get through it. I want to complete one. Sort of, kind of how it's supposed to look. Like these pieces right here are supposed to be inside of this, and it's not going to happen because they wouldn't fucking stay there, and it was impossible to do. So one would, and the other one would just keep falling. So I don't even know what it was supposed to, and that's probably why these don't work great because it's probably something to do with that. But it's okay. It's okay. My missiles are mostly, I think they are done. I've got like 3 different kinds. The Phoenix missile, which fun fact, because I do know a little bit about this stuff. This one was only, I mean, the Tomcat was one of the only ones that could carry it because it was so heavy. But this was like a badass fucking missile back in the day. Like this thing was shit. I don't even know if they still carry them anywhere. I don't know. And you got these guys. I don't know what's what here. A Sidewinder maybe, and like a Stinger. I don't know. Whatever. But yeah, I painted those. Kind of cool because everything looks like this color when you get it. Nothing's colored. It's all this color. You got to paint everything. It's a model. That's the point. That's the point. And the people who like work on like Star Wars and stuff, just that's just how they started. Wouldn't that be nuts if I started like and they redid episode 7, 8, 9, which they should do? I think Elon Musk should buy that shit and redo it all. Not all, because I'm forgiving 1, 2, and 3, and I should go back and watch those too. Maybe I'll do that. Whoa, oh, God, I can't watch Mark Hamill right now. That's the problem for me. In the future, maybe like 10 years from now, I'm gonna have AI replace his face with like mine, and so I'll watch it. And I don't mean to do that as like an ego thing. I just can't look at him, or I'll just put my son's face on there. I'll be Devin, or anybody else. But Mark Hamill, he just through this whole thing. I know it's politics, and he's really legitly playing a part, but I can't forgive him because that was just weird when they all did that. That was just weird. It did not feel right. It didn't feel real. It just felt all fake. All fake. All right, what color do I need? Letter coded. I don't need you right now. Letter coded. I need I and D. It's nice when I don't have to mix anything. But I gotta mix them both. How much do I need? A ton. I just probably do one set. It's kind of confusing here. Like, is that right? Yes. Okay. So the inside of this needs to be that color. That's the back of the. Okay. Got it. Got it. All right. Grok, help me out, bro. I probably have that in here already. Maybe if I search paint. There we go. Mixing exactly the one I need right there. So 5 parts white, 1 part black. Wait. Oh no, that's light gray, bro. There we go. I knew there's like a blue in there, a little bit of blue. Okay, black. Where are you? You can't so you can read it. I mean, I know it's the colors, but some of them aren't exactly black. Okay. Just make sure we have it. Let's go 5 parts black. I mean, 5 parts. So 8. Go by drops, to be honest. 1 part white, so 2 whites. This is awesome. I might not be right on here what you would do, but this is what I'm doing. 1. And then like 1 blue, so that would be like a hat. And then what's the other one I need? Metallic what? Iron metallic. Iron. How do I get iron metallic? Boom. Silver and black. Okay. Silver. Here. How many parts silver? 3. So 6. But it seems to be a little more viscous. Is the right word? I don't know if that's the right word, but it's a little more viscous. It seems more slimy. Slimy. All right. So 2 of these. 1, 2. Oh, that came out quick. Okay. Painting time. Yeah, I just want to paint that. I'll stick it like that. Move it. Fuselage. What did you just call me? What you say about my mama? All right. So left. This one's the metallic. We'll start with metallic. Which is what I, or is that D? D. So most of it's going to be that. Beauty. Mixy. Yeah, I don't even know what I'm doing here again. Grok is helping me out. It might be leading me astray. However, as long as it's not all the same color, that's probably like a bonus, right? Sure. Let's get the old reading glasses on. See what the F I'm doing. Look mad at me. I feel I can hear her, but yep, I can hear her in there now. I won't do the whole thing right away, so I'll sort of let it dry a little bit. So I don't paint my finger, I guess. Yeah, we're fine. Falling. Yeah, for me to like sit here and do this, not exactly what I used to love doing. I mean, the puzzles were nice after the ketamine, but this is cool because then I had to take the puzzles apart and I hated it. I worked on that. I mean, I kept one, I glued one, but I was gonna run out of space, so I went tiny. You know, the art is just it takes up too much time too. Like just to paint took forever. I mean, if I might make something in the future, you know, but it's inexpensive, probably. All right, the whole outside, yeah. And the inside is by. All right. This one's good. Yeah, I'll have to paint the bottom later and let it sit on its side when I do that. Yeah, I'm learning. Sometimes you just got to paint a few things, and that's all you can do before you move on, which is okay. Lola, go lay down. I hear your ass. I need some TP. And you lost the table. This all. TP. Where did put that roll that I had over here. You are. Oh, that's the camping one. I can't see because I have my damn reading glasses on. All right, just grab a little bit. Okay. We're good. Go lay down, Lola. I'll let you out in a little bit. Okay. Okay. Lost a piece for this one. I'll do another coat though, I don't know. That's okay. Kind of gives it a rustic look. Not rustic, but metal. Rustic metal look. I'm not sure that's good for F14. Oh yeah. Yeah, cheers. Stand up, sit down, bite, bite, bite. All right, other color now. Let those dry a minute. I'm about to set a little different size paintbrushes and stuff. Like little detail work, and again, this is a broader one for broader work. Again, I'm giving a shit about stuff. Okay. Good enough for government work right now. Gotta hold it like that. I gotta mix the color first. You have to make sure you mix it well because the colors kind of hide. It's no, you think it's mixed. It's not. Again, some people are like, yeah, duh. And now. Just don't care if it gets on my fingers. I can use these. I'm doing now. Perfect size. Just move it a little bit. Squeeze too hard. Looks like it screws in. It's kind of funny. Maybe it does. Yeah. Oh, I guess I really don't have to paint those. It's fine. Good. Here's your sign. Well, I hear you, but no. Okay. Oops. I think we're good there. Yep. And then they go together. And where are those parts? Those don't get. Well, I guess they get colored later. Some of it gets colored later, like after you build it. It's at the very end. They get this color sheen here, and then I got it. It shows where to put all the decals, which that should be interesting. Anywho, yeah, this is. I know it's not super exciting, but once I get better at it, it may not be as slow. I would like to get everything painted first, maybe. Maybe I should do that. Is get everything painted first, and then glue it in, or just do it how I'm doing it. Or I gotta find these two little pieces first. Not really, because I'm not gonna glue it yet. But I'm interested on D. Okay, come on. D, 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 D. So it's gonna be that piece and that piece. Little, everything's tiny. And it doesn't get painted yet, apparently. But it would be nice to be able to paint that right there. That actually shows you as a little tip on these, like the little itty bitty parts. Like here, paint that on this and then cut it. Hint, or give you a little hint. This is supposed to go in the back end here. Like this. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think I had it right the first time. Oh, let's slide in. There you go. There we go. That's how that's supposed to go in there. And those that I just painted kind of go in these little boop, boop, these little ports. Let them dry and then I can glue it. I'm just gonna let them dry for a few minutes and then I'll glue it. But you don't need to see that. And then I don't think tomorrow though. Oh, no glue. Oh, those snap in. Fancy. Fancy. Fancy fancy. Where is that? On here? Oh. Oh. Oh, I need to reglue that. Wait, no. It's not the right part. Probably don't have it on there yet. That makes sense. I need to reglue this. Okay. Oh, is that? Oh, that's right. That's the clear one. Yeah, that's what that is. Like the shield on them. That particular. Speaking in tongues here. Okay, I think that's good. Oh, there it is. This one. F. Okay. All right, y'all. Good chat. Talk to you later. Adios.